When an entity known as the Vile makes its way into your village, everything it touches is transformed into unrecognizable mutations of themselves. You aren't left unscathed. In an encounter with the Vile, your left arm has been damaged and blackened, leaving you with a new ability: the power to absorb the Vile and gain new and unnatural abilities. On top of that, your best friend Ella is now missing. Welcome to the channel. My name is Kimchica, and I'd love to help you find your next favorite indie game, and here are my first impressions of Venture to the Vile. The melancholy and autumnal vibes are what instantly hooked me about Venture to the Vile. The upcoming game by indie team Cut to Bits. I'm always down for strange fantasy and unnerving mysteries set in weird worlds with peculiar character. You know, things like Over the Garden Wall, Rusty Lake, and generally Victorian-era settings. Venture to the Vile delivers that general aesthetic in spades, along with a whimsical yet dark tale. The deeper themes seem to allude to the nature of power and change, and that really intrigues me, because you can absorb the Vile and gain more power through it, so you run the risk of becoming the monster that you're fighting against. The Steam page explicitly asks the question of the player, and of the character in the game: how will this journey change you? And that's just the kind of philosophical conundrum I love to ponder when playing. But how does it play? As I went through the demo, I felt a lot of potential in what was a very quick experience, probably 20 minutes or so, and that's because I got up and talked with my partner. The level looks like a church of some kind taken over by the Vile, an organic-seeming organism, not unlike a fungus of some kind. As I explored, one visual element I really enjoyed was the way you could, at specific points, explore and delve into the background in a way that felt fun and provided a depth to the world that I didn't quite expect from what I originally perceived from the trailer to be more of a side-scrolling metroidvania meets puzzle platformer. Now, I did say puzzle platformer as a part of this genre blend, but because in the Steam page there was a whole section about the puzzles we'll encounter, I will caveat that the demo didn't have a lot in the way of puzzles, so I can't really speak to those other than I'd love to see more. There was one platform manipulation moment, but otherwise the demo primarily homed in on the combat, exploration, and a boss battle, with an ending that absolutely woke me up and did give me a small jump scare. Combat did feel straightforward and erred on the side of being quite forgiving. There is a parry system indicated by a spark that you can use to time your parry, and I found I was able to catch most of them, which is very out of the norm for me. I'm normally abysmal at parrying, so it did make me feel quite cool. The demo didn't share, at least from what I could see, anything around player progression quite yet, which I think is likely going to be the meat of the game and what I'm most excited to find out more about. I'd love to see how we utilize the power of the Vile, the types of abilities we can expect, and if there is really impact to the narrative if we try not to use the Vile and perhaps trade off to play in a more challenging manner. The varied sources of inspiration with its mechanics, the eerie vibes, and solid, if straightforward, gameplay thus far has given me a pretty positive first impression, and all in all, I am looking forward to my next time visiting this village and learning more about the mysterious Vile. If you'd like to discover more indie games and take time to digest and play them intentionally, I'd really love it if you followed this channel. I love to curate and recommend games, and I do so through first impressions, Let's Play, and a monthly game club that I like to call Geeks and Grounds. It's where we play a game a month together, we deep dive, we discuss it as a community, and the hubs for that are a newsletter that I send out every week, a podcast that's also every week, and a Discord. So definitely check out geeksandgrounds.com if you are also excited about things like that. And you can find me here on YouTube as well as on Twitch and TikTok. And I hope you all have a wonderful day and you find lots of indie games to play.